Heroes. My priest heroes are mainly two guys, but kind of four, and I've only met one of them. It's complicated. My priest heroes are none other than the hosts of a podcast called Catholic Stuff You Should Know, which is Father John Nepple, Father Nathan Goebel, Father Mike Rapp, and Father Michael O'Loughlin. But I'll only be discussing Father John and Father Nathan because they're the ones that doing the podcast that when it really reached out to me. Growing up, I wasn't involved in church. I was that typical person that every priest comes to love, a creaster. One who only goes to Mass every Christmas and Easter. It wasn't until I was signed up for my college of choice, my senior year, that I actually started to take God and Catholicism seriously. So as I was hanging out in Duluth and perming my irresistible mullet to make it look extra dirty for the day, thinking God might be calling me to be a priest, I wondered what a priest actually was and did. This is how bad it was. My senior year of high school, I thought priesthood was for the guy who didn't know how to talk to the ladies. I thought after priests were done celebrating Mass, they would just go back to their office and just kind of do nothing for the rest of the day. But you know, seminary has really taught me something. Boy, was I right. Just kidding. So as you can tell, I didn't really know what a priest was or did. It wasn't until starting to listen to Father Nathan, Father John, their podcast, that I actually started to realize what a priest was. Catholic Stuff You Should Know is notorious for not getting to the topic of discussion, but instead bantering about whatever first comes to mind. What these priests, though lacking quantity and quality of content, they make up with their vulnerability and ability to be real over their podcast. These priests don't put on a show and make themselves seem holier than they are. They're just their real selves. It was during these lighthearted but also real moments that I started to see the ins and outs of being a priest. And I started to comprehend the daily ups and downs of what a priest receives and endures. In the movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Ferris's best friend Cameron plunges himself into a pool after realizing his dad will soon find out that his most prized Ferrari was driven all day around Chicago by Ferris and random Italian. Ferris, realizing that Cameron doesn't intend to rise to the surface of the pool, jumps in and saves his friend. Once they surface and Ferris pulls his friend to safety, Cameron looks at Ferris and says in a dainty voice, "Ferris, you're my hero." I, like Cameron, had plunged myself into a pool of ignorance and obscurity. In regards to the priesthood. But Father John and Father Nathan pulled me out of this pool of ignorance and now have shown me what it truly means to be a priest. So I echo the words of Cameron. Father John, Father Nathan, you're my priest hero. Praise be Jesus Christ.